Good afternoon, my friends and family. We have just a quick explainer here. We did a front differential on a 2010 BMW 328i X-Drive. This here's a front differential. Sometimes your phone would like to take parts apart and we can see how they fell. Right here, this front differential is making noise. Look right here. Look how much play is in between here and there. That's already too much and that's our noise. So obviously these gears here and these teeth went bad. Let's take this apart real fast. This all is to a front differential. It's nothing but a ring and pinion. Look right here. Look at the broke teeth on the ring here. That's what was causing our knocking noise. It was slipping. If you come right here, look right here. You can see all the damage it did to this right here. You got metal down here, metal throughout the whole thing. That's why we replaced the front differential. And pretty much just that simple. That's how it works. Just that easy. All right, so just a quick explainer. Front differential, transfer cases, rear differential, please have a technician check and change your fluids. Thanks for watching. Good afternoon, my followers and friends. We have another explainer here. 2004 Mercedes-Benz CL55 AMG. This engine hydrolocked because we have liquid fuel loading up cylinder number 3. Just want to see if you can see this. I'm going to shake this car a little bit. That's fuel. The injectors are staying wide open. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you what we found. Give me a second. All right, so what we're doing now, this is letting us know that we have continuity. We went from pin 2 on a fuel injector terminal to pin 21 on the ECM connector. We have continuity. Now what we're going to do, we're going to check for a pin-to-pin short. We're going to take this and move this to another pin. Once you move to another pin, you see how they go open? If we had a broke wire, this is what we would see on the meter. Now he's gonna go to a different pin and watch this. You want pin to pin, get in there. We're good. See that? We should not have that there. That should not go to that. Another one, we should not have that there. Another one, we should not have that there. What that's telling us when we're going from a pin to pin, we're going pin to pin, we're checking each pin, is that we have about 5 or 6 wires that is going to be melted together or wrapped up with this one wire, because this wire is an individual wire from here to the ECM. We got some burnt wires. We have to take things apart and find it. Stay tuned. More frustrations, everybody. An Audi A8 doing a simple oil change. You have to take all the panels down. Look at how many screws that we have to take down. That's about 5. Then I got to come over here. I have to take this one out. Come around the tire. I got to take this one out. This one, I believe, stay. And then we still have all of these going around. Why would they do that? Now, with the panel being down, I'm just showing you all the screws real fast. That goes around. I counted 21 screws to take this panel down. It took me 10 minutes to get it down. After that, oil change is pretty straightforward and simple. We're going to drain the oil in the filter. Matter of fact, let's do the oil change. Let me show you. Okay, pretty straightforward. 45 Torx, drain the oil. Okay, pretty simple. Unscrew the cap for the oil filter cartridge and install in reverse order. New filter and no ring, and back up we go. Okay, after another 10-12 minutes installing the pan at the bottom, we're putting 9.2 quarts of oil in here. Going to top up some coolant. We already did the washer side of it. We checked air pressure. We're going to reset the service light, and we are out of here. Thanks for watching. Look at this. I am struggling in here today. I'm frustrated. Manufacturers make things so complicated to replace. This here is actually what we're replacing in the vehicle. This is the old one. It's actually the breather system. Same thing if you watch my BMW video, just the breather system, the Mercedes-Benz C300. This part wraps around the engine. It comes over here, it mounts to the intercooler, and it goes behind the motor mount. We had to take the motor mount out, which goes right, you can't even see. We had to move the AC compressor out of the way because this mounts behind the motor mount bracket. Let me put it up in the air and show you. A mess. All this work. This is why the repairs are so expensive. Okay, as you can see, That's the new replacement part right there. It mounts to the side of the engine. This here is your motor mount bracket. We have to move that out the way. This is the frustration that we go through as technicians. So we have to move this motor mount bracket out the way. The motor mount has to come out. This is a very involved job right here, very involved. That job calls for 6.5 hours. It will take us every bit of 10 hours. So sometimes if we run a little bit late with your cars, customers, cut us a break. It's not as easy as you think. We're working hard as we can, but these cars are complicated nowadays. Thanks for watching. So you have a BMW that has a parking brake cable holder that's damaged, and you do not want to lower the gas tank to install it. It falls down because the holder breaks, it rubs up against the drive shaft and makes noise. This here is your parking brake holder. So you have one slot here and another slot there for each cable. The problem is, if you look at this circular point here, the circular area, that actually mounts over top of that stud there, in between the gas tank. The only way you can get a new one installed is by lowering the gas tank. There's a solution for that. Check it out. Okay, here's the solution. 2 rubber sleeves, a metal parking brake cable holder, and this right here, if you can see, it slides over that sleeve. Then you connect this to the metal holder and install in the car. Let me show you what it looks like in the car. Okay, as you can see, we got the metal bracket in. It slides right over top of the gas tank. Put the holder in with the rubber sleeves. Got the nut, and we're gonna tighten it up, and this job is done. So at this point, we're just gonna get the exhaust back up in the car, and we're gonna continue with the repair. Thanks for watching. Can I ask you a question, Kitty? Why are you so disrespectful? Why are you on top of somebody's car? Huh? Tell me. Damn it. You like it up there? It's comfortable? You're disrespectful. Just don't scratch the paint. You looking for a place to stay? So everybody on Instagram, hi. Say hello. Damn it, disrespectful. Good morning, my family. Customer states they had the engine replaced at another shop and the transmission will not shift. I think this vehicle is low on transmission fluid because the shop did not know how to fill it. Let me show you how to check the transmission fluid level on this Mercedes S550, how to fill it, and we're gonna do a transmission service as well, possibly. 1 second. Okay, so this is how we check it. We have a drain plug right here. So we check this while the vehicle was running. Once the transmission is warmed up, transmission has to be at 40 degrees Celsius, about 10 minutes of running. Once we unscrew this drain plug, if this transmission is filled with fluid, transmission fluid will come out. So let's just see. Nothing. That should be streaming out. So we know this transmission is low. Let's drop the pan, make sure we don't have no internal damage, no metal, no clutch material. Okay, this is our pan being down. There was no metal in it, and the fluid was actually good. Let's get it reinstalled. Okay, we got our new filter installed. Let's get the pan up. Always use new bolts. Okay, so we got the container filled with transmission fluid, and we just pump it up into the trans. We're gonna put 6 quarts in and check the fill level. Okay, that's what it looks like when it's filled. You see the amount of fluid that came out? Thanks for watching. Good morning. I hope everybody had a great holiday. We are back at work, and let me show you the first thing we got going on. Customer states, I have excessive oil coming out my tailpipe. Let me turn this camera around. We're gonna start this car up and show you. Look what we got going on here. All right, shut it down. Check this out. Damn, that's a lot. Look at the amount of oil on the dipstick. The fill level should be about right here or all the way up the dipstick. Let's see how much oil was in the engine and go from there. Okay, we got a drain, and that's how much oil we got. We're gonna put in that container and make it count. Okay, so far we got 8 quarts, and we still got oil left to go. Let's keep going. Okay, 8 plus 5 quarts equals 13. This vehicle takes 6.5, double fill. Okay, we just came back off a test drive. Well, I just came back off a test drive Smoked up the whole neighborhood, but the problem is solved. So do not double fill your engines with oil. So in closing, if you add oil to your own car, always double check the dipstick and make sure you put the proper amount in. This could have went bad. The engine could have got damaged. This customer got lucky. Thanks for watching. Simple fix. Good afternoon, my family and followers. 2017 BMW X3. We're doing a fuel pump on this vehicle. Right now, Ken is actually removing the pressure hose that goes to the fuel pump. But here's the topic of this video here. This is your fuel pump module. Anytime you do a fuel pump on a BMW that has a fuel pump module, you replace both. You replace the fuel pump and the module. Okay, we have our locking ring off. And now we're gonna do at this point, we're just gonna lift up this fuel pump. We have a new sealing O-ring here, and we're gonna work this out of the tank. Pretty simple, straightforward. He's gonna have a wiring harness that he has to disconnect, which is gonna be right here. And I'm gonna show you the new one while he's doing that. Okay, so here we go. Genuine BMW parts. We got a new fuel pump here, a new sealing ring. We're gonna install our wire harness into this connector. One fuel line here. Let's put this back in the tank. At this point, we just cleaning our mating surface. We're installing our fuel line. Click. We're gonna do our wiring harness. All right, so we got our pump inside the tank. We're gonna place this down and we're gonna lock it with the sealing ring, and this job is done. Thanks for watching. Of course, we're gonna replace that. Easy money. Good afternoon, my followers, family, and friends. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Right now, as you can see, we have the front of this Mercedes-Benz S550 apart. This was involved with when you have to replace the condenser in a vehicle. So we're going to replace the condenser. This here is the old one. At the same time, the reason why the condenser is bad is the AC compressor is bad. It failed internally. So we're going to replace the AC compressor while we're here. Even with the whole car apart, it's still tight to get to. Let me show you what's going on in Bay 1. Okay, in Bay 1, we're actually replacing the valve cover on this vehicle. These valve covers on this BMW X3, I believe it's a 2015 or 16, they're plastic. And what happens with them, they develop leaks at the valve cover gasket themselves, which is right here. But a lot of time they develop hairline cracks and they'll leak oil. So anytime you do a valve cover gasket on a BMW with a plastic valve cover, do the whole valve cover, brand new. All right, y'all, this is what the engine looked like with the valve cover off. We have our valve cover off. Tyler is on his way to replace the spark plugs, and we're gonna got a new valve cover on. Over here in this bay, we got the front clip. We got the radiator back in, and Ken got the AC compressor installed. Thanks for watching. Follow tomorrow for the rest. Hey, my family. Just a real quick one here. We have a 2016 Mercedes-Benz S550 that has a check engine light for an EVAP diagnostic trouble code for the pressure sensor. There's a sensor integrated with this canister right here, sensor, canister, closed valve all in one. So what we're going to do is that we're going to actually replace this. Straightforward. You remove the wheel arch liner out your way, kind of fold it back, and you really don't even require much tools with this. There's a little release back here. I'm gonna show you one new one. Once you get that released, that kind of comes out just like that. Let me show you the new one. New one is here. Again, genuine Mercedes-Benz part. This here is the back, what you're looking at. You just press this, that release the catch, you pull up on the box. It comes integrated, all one piece. Disconnect the hose from this unit, disconnect the wire, disconnect the hose, slide it back down into the holder. This might be a little tricky here. There it is. And I'm going to get my snips, cut this, get this out the way. Okay, that's that. I know this is a boring one, but it's all in a day's work. Thanks again for watching. Hey, my family. I want to show you something that grinds my gears. Check this out. Let me turn this camera around. Okay, these are called CV boots. When you hear about the term CV boots, they get these small tears, grease come out, and the grease doesn't protect the joint. A lot of shops, they like to, instead of replacing the boots, what they want to do is replace this whole axle shaft. They do it with an aftermarket axle shaft, and a lot of times these aftermarket axle shafts are very cheap and not built well. Just put the boots on. Let me show you how easy it is. Actually, it's pretty straightforward. I mounted the axle into a vise in the shop. I cut the clamps off. I got a razor blade, cut the boot off. Now it gave me a little bit of problem, so I used the air hammer to go forward with it, go backwards with it. Then I got a regular hammer and I slapped the outer joint off. I cleaned the outer joint up. Then I got the new boot, installed the new boot down on the shaft. I put grease in the outer joint. I got the outer joint, slapped it back down with a hammer onto the shaft, put the new boot on, 2 clamps, done. All right, folks, here is the finished products. Both new CV boots are on. We get to keep the genuine Mercedes-Benz axle. We have a great quality boot here, and all this is done with basic tools, basic hand tools that every shop should have. So instead of buying cheap aftermarket axles, just replace your CV boots if the joints are good. Thanks for watching. Good morning, my IG family. A lot of customers get intimidated on how to remove your engine covers. It's so easy. I'm gonna do it with just one hand. First, lift up this cover, that comes off. Again, this is one hand. Pull right here, that comes off. Put that to the side. If you want, you can take it out. Same thing over here. Check this out, pull off, and if you want, you can take it out. Now here's where it gets complicated at. Pop that off there. You can remove this one hose and watch this. This comes up and out your way. Your air filters are in here. And what you can do with your air filters, you got 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and the same thing over here. 1, 2. Good afternoon, my IG family. Have another one here. Customer states that my vehicle has a misfire. They replaced the coils and the spark plugs and the car is still misfiring. This is the reason why you don't do things yourself, because this customer made one mistake that was very easy for me to catch. I'm going to turn this camera around and let you take a look at it. Check this out. All right, folks, so we got a 2002. This is an older BMW. I think it's a 330 or 328. So customer, new coil on 1, new coil on 5, and you see back here, new coil on 6. Well, check it out. See these coils right here? These coils are original coils that came with the car. They're made by Bremy. Let me show you this real fast. You turn this coil over, side edge round and circular. They bought Bosch ignition coils. See how that's square? That's square around the base, and this is circular. We got the wrong coils in the car, and that's what's causing the misfire. And while he was here, look at the marks there. That's arcing. That little white right there tells me that this coil was bad. Why didn't they replace it while they was here? We're gonna do 6 coils, gonna take care of this issue here. Very simple. Thanks for watching. Okay, my IG family, look what we got here. We have a Mercedes-Benz GL taken apart. Radiator is missing, condenser is missing. We're actually doing AC work. We're doing an AC compressor. We're replacing the condenser, which is actually right here. This is about to go in. While we were in here, if you look back forward here, we replaced the motor mounts. We did 2 brand new motor mounts and a transmission mount. So what we're gonna do at this point, we're gonna put the AC compressor on. Well, it's on. We're gonna assemble the power steering pump. We're gonna put the drive belt on. Then we're gonna turn around and get our condenser mounted with our radiator, put the bumper back on and get it going. So a simple job that you think is simple, just doing the AC compressor and the condenser on the vehicle could be very expensive and costly, because you have to take all this apart to do it. And of course, while we're here, why not treat our customers to 2 new motor mounts? Good morning, my IG family. 2016 Mercedes-Benz S550. We're going to be replacing the water pump. As you can see, that water pump is kind of tucked in here. It's not a simple replacement as most cars are. We're gonna start by taking these panels off, getting this fan out, moving these hoses. Let's get started. Okay, after 3 hours of work, this is where I'm at. Water pump is removed. These things typically leak at the weep hole at the back end back here. This here is our water pump, and we're going to replace it here with the new water pump. I kind of kept my bolts in to kind of keep them organized. Let's get the new seal on here and get this water pump back in the car. It should take another 3 or 4 hours to get it back together. All right, and just like that, the water pump is in. So what we're going to do at this point, we're just going to get our serpentine belt on, get our intercooler tubes on this side, fill it up, and fire it up. Okay, we are complete. Pump in. We also did 2 new pulleys. That pulley there, other one is behind this pipe you can't see. Also, we had to use a special tool to bleed the cooling system. Check out my prior reel on how to use this tool. Water pump done, no leaks. Thanks for watching. All right, folks, we're in the middle of doing a custom brake replacement. Calipers, pads and rotors. Customer brought them in. We're gonna bleed the brakes, pump it up. Pretty simple, you're gonna pump it up and then hold it. We're gonna open this bleeder. And see that air? Pump it up. And basically we just do this until we see no air bubbles. Hold it. See that first? Oh, no more there. Let's get a good stream. Pump it up. Hold it. And we do this on all 4 wheels. See, we score a little air there still. Pump it up. Hold it. See, we're getting clear now. Probably once or twice more. Pump it up, and that'll be it. Good morning, my followers. I have a safety informational video for you. This is the reason why you do not buy used tires. Customer complaint is that they bought a used tire. They said new, but it's a new used tire. After 2 days, here's what happened. Let me show you. See right here, you have a belt separation. They have a bad vibration. Here's the issue with used tires. The used tires are stored outside in the cold and in the heat. Tires are not designed to do that. They're designed to be on the car. Now, when a tire is on the vehicle and is rolling, is generating heat, it can get wet. It can get soaked in snow and water, but not just sitting on the shelf outside. In addition, this is the most important. You have a DOT on tires. You're gonna have 3 bubbles. 1 bubble here, 1 bubble there, 1 bubble there. The last bubble, you see that number there, 5207? That's the actual production date of the tire. This tire was produced the 52nd week of 2007. So essentially, this tire is 17 years old. It's trash, basuda, no good. Never ever buy used tires. You put your life and everybody's life around you at jeopardy. Stay away from the used tires. Buy new tires only. You're not saving that much money. Keep safety in mind. Thanks for watching. Okay, my followers, we have another customer states that I'm getting noise over bumps in the back of my vehicle. Look right here. We have a broke coil spring. That coil spring should be attached. This car got a little over 200,000 miles on it. We're going to replace this coil spring, or we're going to do both. Let's get started. All right, my Harris Automotive family, we got this bolt removed. We have the lower shock bolt removed. We have this lower control arm, well, the stay arm right here. We got this bolt removed. We're going to support this control arm. I'm going to remove this bolt here, and I'm hoping that this control arm comes down. Let's see. Okay, just as I was saying, got the bolt loose, got the bolt out. Actually loosened up this bolt here to give me a little more play. We got the control arm down, separated from the shock, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna twist this thing out, bring it down, that's out, and then the broke part. All right, in the broke part, we're gonna pry out, and we're gonna install in reverse order. Okay, let's get started on it. We're gonna get our new coil spring, which is actually right here. And we're gonna get it up in the car. All right, as promised, coil spring is in. All bolts are tight. Thanks for watching. All right, Malik, I wanted to make this video for you. Say I got this movement right here in these joints. This is your flex, your dry shaft flex joint. This is bad. This will cause vibration. Also, you can stop that now, Tyler. This here is your transfer case mount. It's sitting, excuse me, it's sitting up, like it's higher up towards the top. Watch this. I'm gonna put it in a position of where it's supposed to be. See that? That's where it's supposed to be. That mount is no good. That will also cause vibration. We need to start with them two first. Hey folks, just want to point out the quality of this Mercedes here. As you can see, what we have in for service. It's pretty simple. Just, we want to check the AC, but look at the ambient lighting. Run across the dash, around the doors, camera, over the back seats. Very nice. The leather and the seats are nice. Very nice. Let's see what we need with it. Hey, welcome back to the channel again. This is Phil from Harris Automotive, your import car specialist. Today we have a 2017 BMW X5 that has a stripped aluminum oil pan. We're gonna do something a little bit different here. Well, we're gonna repair it, but what I did here is that we actually purchased a kit here from AGA Tools. AGA Tools is an outfit out of California. They make a special tool designed to repair a stripped oil pan. Has like a phaser that we drill through the oil pan and make it flat. It has a tap that we tap the threads in the oil pan. Also, it has a centering tool that we screw into the oil pan once we tapped it. Then it has this tool that goes on it, so then we can cut the oil pan so that the oil drain plug gasket can fit flush. This thing's supposed to work great. We have a lot of cars that come in with this problem. So, oh, one more thing with this. This also comes with this unit here. This unit here it turns into the crankcase. We're going to put shop air in it, and what that's going to do is going to pressurize the oil pan and push pressurized air through the engine. That way metal shavings don't go up in the oil pan. So all this is supposed to work, and we're going to see how it goes. Has a little splash shield, keeps the oil out of face while we're drilling. So let's start by getting the oil drained and show you what we have under the car. More involved work here. Got a Rolls-Royce Ghost that has a bad oil leak. Never get intimidated by any vehicle. Just because it's a Rolls-Royce, this is your typical, not your typical, this is your standard V12 BMW engine that's in your 7 Series. So what we're going to do, we have the lower oil pan down. We're going to replace that. And now we're going to get the upper oil pan off and put a new gasket on that. Subframe has to come down to give us room to work. And we're going to do some control arms while we're here as well. In the middle of this oil pan job on this Rolls-Royce Ghost, let me show you the problem that we ran into. Being a technician or mechanic is not easy. This pan should just come straight down. You can see right here, we got it down, it's loose. We're being held up by this lip here between the transmission and the oil pan. It will not come down. It just will not come down. So now the next step is we're gonna have to take the transmission out to get the oil pan down. Just another crazy headache job, but we'll get it done.